just needed change for 100.
Yeah, well, you look shady, bud.
That's true. That's definitely true.
I'm a big spender over here.
I know. Lighten up the club.
Jason, there were customers at Ben's that used to do that. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah. That's a classic game in the hood.
Yeah.
You do like four different wait, no, just give me 15 for this 15, and then all of a sudden you're handing over
you're down
10s instead of 5s, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, you just work. You work quickly and confuse the people with the money, and then huzzah! You got 20 more bucks or more. Who knows? I don't. Actually, Colson, you're the scammer. How much do you normally go for?
I had a guy back when I worked at a bar with a payphone. He kept asking for quarters for the payphone, and then he was paying in cash. And like he had this whole thing. He was constantly getting change, and he was there for probably 2 hours, and he left, and he'd scammed me out of $20. But he'd had 3 beers, so like basically he just drank for free. That was the whole thing. It wasn't so bad, but it was a lot of
scam you.
He was shortchanging me through, because I kept giving him change, and somehow in the process I was $20 short, and I was like, oh, that dude wasn't really trying to make millions off me. He just wanted to drink for free. A lot of work, though. A lot of work. I mean, maybe not.
Is it though?
Confusing a 22-year-old with the
with math.
With math. Yeah. The English major or history major with math.
Yeah. Way to go, payphone guy.
Yeah, payphone guy. Be cool.
That's as good as it gets.
All right, let's do that.
Cut it, print it. That's a shame.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That must be Jervis. Put them shoes on.
That train is off the tracks.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler. Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in undebeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You are listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, and this is episode 750.
Whoop, whoop. Pew, pew, pew.
3/4 of the way to 1,000. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're going to discuss a 2-0 week of Pacers basketball. Joining me this show are all 3 of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Shout out to my soccer team, Up Your Arsenal. Played my first game in slightly over a year today, since my neck surgery. Yesterday played. And did not hurt myself, so that's a win.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's good times.
From Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles. It's the several dollar man, John Colson.
Yeah, can you get 3/4 for 1,000 at the bank, or do you have to be a member?
If you're a member.
I shout out this week to Joanne Verberg, family friend, passed away. Went to her funeral yesterday, and she sold it out. It was packed. 30 people in the back standing, including me. I showed up on time, and apparently that's not what you do at this funeral. But my favorite comment about her was that she could tell you to go to hell so sweetly that you thought it might be a good place to go.
That's nice.
From Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? 750. Shout out the beekeeper. And you guys. Can't believe we've done this 750 times.
That is tacitly absurd. Well, before we start the 750th show, we want to remind listeners that they can support the longest running Pacers podcast, which turns out is us, by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables. And you can support our show for as little as $1 per month. If you want, you can give us, I don't know, let's say $1 per episode. That'd be great.
Sure.
I feel like we're worth that.
Yeah. And we do charge in arrears, too. So it's going to cost you.
Yeah. First one's going to be a doozy, but after that, very affordable.
After that, you get 2 a week, and it's chill. Don't worry about it. Again, it's patreon.com/undebeatables. So, gentlemen, there were 2 Pacers games this past week. We are now after the All-Star break, which is why we have so few games. Some of that was post-All-Star game rest time. And Pacers took on the Memphis Grizzlies for the first team that we had to dunk on coming out of the break. Thursday, February 20th. And this game's at home, of course. And Pacers win 127-113. Pretty slow start, but a super, super strong finish. And Pacers ran away with this one. We had Tyrese Halliburton, who I think we'll probably be mentioning off and on over the next couple shows. But he's picking up his offensive game. 22 points for him to lead the team in scoring. And 16 out of Siakam, 17 for Turner. Ben Mathurin, 16 off the bench. Over on the Memphis side, Desmond Bane with 23. Ja Morant with just 12 in 30 minutes.
5 turnovers, too.
We threw some good defenders at him, and they worked. And the second game of the week, Sunday, February 23rd, this evening, as we record, Pacers, again at home, took down the LA Clippers 129-111. I don't think they led wire to wire, and it was a nice, solid win. Some sweet dunks from Obi Toppin that'll be on the highlight reel. Nice between the leg alley-oop when we were up by 20 or so. But put the short, to be fair, short-handed Clippers down. Kawhi Leonard out, Norman Powell out.
Wait, Kawhi Leonard's not playing? Slow down.
You can't see this, listeners, but Harper's jaw is on the floor. So Kawhi, yeah, two of their starters out, but Pacers, nice professional win, and take this one down. 29 out of Halliburton, 29-12, and 19 for Nesmith. Siakam, 12-12, which is a stat line I'm okay with on a night like this. And TJ McConnell getting 13 points. So, Colson, what did you see this week, and what are you excited for coming out of the break?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was nervous in that first quarter. I was able to throw it on the TV at work, and all my regulars were like, "Oh, what's going on with your boys?" You know, and came out of the gate slow, and then in the second quarter we went on like a 26-3 run or something stupid. I mean, it just was just ridiculous, and suddenly we were up and in control of that game. And coming off break, you might be a little sluggish, but both of these are professional wins against Memphis is the 3 seed in out west. They're home wins, but they're wins we needed, and I'm feeling real good about it. Looking sharp.
Yeah.
And the Clippers aren't a slouch either. They're 31-25.
Yeah.
We dropped a 50 burger on them in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's right. That's
50.
what it was.
Not in the first half. In the quarter.
We had 75 in the first half. Yeah.
78.
Insane.
78? Yeah. God.
When we were young folk, that was the game.
Yeah, totally. That would have beat the Pistons.
No
in
doubt.
2000.
No doubt.
We would have won a championship if we'd averaged 78 that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Yeah, also Turner in that game, not just 17, but also 10 rebounds, 7 blocks for the big man.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
that's
He's
party.
coming,
that's how you keep
he's
John
coming back
Morant
from
off the score.
He's coming back from his injury. Yes, Miles Turner, special shout out for him. He came back with a vengeance.
Yeah,
And
and I mean, it was an
remember
interesting
when
game
he's
because the Grizzlies actually clawed their way back into it, cut it down to, I think, 3 or 4 at some point. But then the Pacers responded well, I thought. The bench unit played super well, took care of the basketball, played really good defense, as you mentioned. Nemhard was just incredible, I thought, the entire game.
Did a great
Just
job.
shutting down Morant. And, yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting matchup-wise because Memphis is huge. They have Zach Edey and Jared Jackson Jr. up front, so I think we had some issues dealing with that. But I thought the coaches did a good job keeping everybody engaged and drawing up some good stuff. So
Yeah, really just missing a lot of shots early. Like, we had some good looks. Like, the offense was creating shots, but we just couldn't get anything to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the guys stuck with it, and it really, any game against Memphis, it doesn't end with a death threat, is a win. So I felt really good about this one.
that's true. That's true.
It's been like so long since that happened.
I know.
Yeah, Turner particularly struggled in that first quarter, and then he came back in the second quarter, and I think he had 17 or something like that in the second quarter.
he
Just like went nuts.
bombing. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Johnson had a nice anecdote about how the coaches put their arms around him and said, "Hey, just stick to the process, man. 1, 2, shoot." And he does that quite well.
Yeah, he does. And Edey is a giant guy, but he has trouble guarding guys out there at 23 feet. So, yeah,
That is
solid
true.
win. Solid win.
Yeah, and then tonight, Halliburton went on a heater there in the third quarter. I think he scored 18, something like that, 17, 18 in the third quarter. Ends up with 29 and 12. Just masterful performance from him. He was in attack mode the entire time. I guess your eyes light up when you see James Harden guarding you. So
Yeah.
just go
I mean,
for it.
he was shooting deep threes, but also getting in the lane. A lot of 2 feet in the paint for this one.
Yeah.
16th double-double of the season for him. And, the only quarter where we didn't post 30 was the fourth quarter, which the game was out of reach. So,
Yeah, I thought we were going to see some Jahlil Okafor minutes there, but it was not to be.
So, I guess Harper, I'll ask you this first. How do you feel about Halliburton after the break? I mean, last year he was our, All NBA breakout star. He was the future of the franchise. This season, less so. Didn't even make the All-Star team. He seems to be, coming back into form. Do you think that he's going to be back where he was, or taking the next step, or where is he today?
I would much rather he have a great second half than a first half. As magical as that first half was in setting the tone and helping this team create high expectations for a big season, and make no mistake, that was incredibly important for him to do that. But now that those expectations exist, this team knows what it can do. We need to be a second half of the year team. So I expect him to continue to improve, get better every game, and this team has done really well when we've had rest, and this week was certainly no exception. hopefully we are ready to go as we sort of enter crunch time here. But the team is playing really well now that we've got a full stable on the court.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, he looks healthy, which is the most important thing for him. He's been battling sort of nagging things definitely at the beginning of the season, and I think he re-injured his ankle at some point, re-injured his hammy a little bit, and keeping him healthy is going to be key. But he looks like the rest did him very well, so the silver lining of not getting all-star nods is that you get a full week of vacation, basically.
Yeah. And don't get invited to the skills challenge, even though you won last year. Just
right.
Not that I'm bitter or anything.
Let's just change how it goes every year, and then it doesn't matter. We'll just do something completely different every year.
Yep.
Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, they may have done something like we've seen the continuity of some of the franchises. This this was the Charlotte team, but they moved and their history went here. And I feel like they maybe do that with the skills challenge. They say, oh no, that was the old format, that doesn't count anymore, and you were you're the victor of the legacy skills challenge. The future skills challenge, the current current and future one is unrelated. It has the same name. It's still, I'm assuming, Mountain Dew or Taco Bell or Geico. I don't know.
Ruffles?
Ruffles.
Yeah, some kind of chip for sure.
Castrol
Baja
GTX.
Blast.
I don't know. Something like that.
An IBS drug. I don't know. Colson, what do you think about Halliburton now?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm glad he's in attack mode. His shot is going in. I liked that he did the little hook shot in this Clippers game over Harden. That was fun. He was pulling all the tricks out of his bag. I hope he stays healthy and can sustain this, because when
hot take.
when he's the engine, right? And when he's right, we're really good. This team has proven that it can be a defensive team, at least over the last 30 games or so.
I think that's a hot take.
No.
Maybe 15.
Let's see. I can't remember how long it's been, but since Nembhard came back or whatever, we're top 10 in both offense and defense. And as I always say, that gives you a chance to win a title. So that maybe is a hot take. We just got to keep winning these games. And, we've got a bunch at home. There's Denver's tomorrow night, so we got a back-to-back. But these are all really winnable games going on in the stretch. We talked about this, all season, that the last third of the season is very winnable. And we got 27 games left, and I want to win 20 of them. So let's do it.
Is this going to be a couple seasons ago, there was the Death March.
This is the opposite of that. Yeah.
Well, this is the Death March in a good way, right?
Death for everyone else.
Bring in the death.
Death.
Yes.
Death for the opponents.
I see. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if we do that, what are we? We're 32 and... Yeah, so we were 30 and whatever at the break. If we do 20-7, then we hit our 52 wins. Right?
Yeah.
And if 50 wins would be a great number. And, we could win 18. 20 feels like a big number, but 18-9 is not crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got 16 of our last games, the last 27 are at home. There's a couple tough opponents on here. I mean, we got to play.
Yeah, but there's also Brooklyn twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they still in the NBA?
We get to play Philly, the Hawks, the Bulls, the Wizards again, the Hornets. This is outside of the Nuggets twice, we got the Thunder, and then the Cavs twice at the end of the season, but they're probably going to have number one locked up by then, so they'll be playing their C team.
Resting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they don't like us though, so they may give us a little run for our money.
The only problem with this is that we are real far away from anybody above us in the standings. And so even if we play exceptionally well down the stretch, we're probably not going to catch New York. And
So what you're saying is we might be resting too.
potentially, well,
That would not be the
we've
worst
got
thing.
that would not be the worst thing.
The Bucks and the Pistons right on our heels. So
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
but
see
we
where
won't
we are in
in a
20
month.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, 4 games back of the Knicks is not unattainable.
Yeah, especially since the Knicks apparently can't beat teams in the East, so
Right.
it's good.
That is quite true. Pacers, as you mentioned, Colson playing Monday, second night of back-to-back hosting Denver. And then we're in this stretch where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games where we play every other day, basically. So we can get in a nice groove.
Yeah, I love the
Hopefully
rhythm.
then, rhythm-wise. So this week, hosting Denver Monday, hosting Toronto Wednesday. We owe them one. At Miami on Friday, and home to Chicago on Sunday.
Ooh.
That's a 5 p.m. tip again. All of those on the League Pass. No national games this week. 2 other games, Colson, that you didn't mention, like just looking ahead, that will be crucial games is we play Milwaukee twice in like a 4-day span, basically. Both times the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah, we got a lot of basketball in these next couple months. It is.
Yeah. And 1 at home, 1 on the road. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, there aren't that many easy games in the NBA, so let's go out and win more than we lose. That's what I say. That's why I get the, I don't know why they don't bring me in for the pep talks at halftime.
I was gonna say that you should make a career out of this.
Let's go. Let's go. Give it your all, kids.
No. Just give enough to not lose.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Just try not to lose.
Make sure there's some left in the tank. When you're done. Leave some of it out there on the floor.
Oh man, we do have to link to Toppin's dunks in this.
I did want to talk about that specifically. What his dunks, particularly this last game, they were some really just fun dunks, and they're at home too, so the crowd's going wild. But
yeah, so he just sliced down, coming down the middle of the lane on the left hand side, and just tomahawked it through 3 guys. And they asked him about it at halftime. He was like, "Oh, we're at home. We're just trying to show them the fans." I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty awesome that you can just do that." It's incredible. And then between your legs, alley oops.
I'm pro that when it works. Don't make mistakes when you're doing that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seasons. Well, seasons. There's as you mentioned, a lot of basketball left to be played, but we are coming down the home stretch here, and relatively soon we'll have a better idea of probabilities of where the final standings are going to end up, and how you want to position yourself. Harper, I think you mentioned the team plays really well with rest. They play, I think, exceptionally well when they're rested, and that's playoff basketball generally. But if we want to get to win against some of these bigger teams, some of them we've had struggle with, some of them we've had matchup problems with. Getting rest when we can. If you maybe you're playing some of these teams that have already called it for the year. Maybe we can sit some guys strategically if Adam Silver allows.
Yeah,
and
potentially. And, part of the reason for us playing well on rest is definitely the fact that, the guys are physically well rested. But part of it, too, is probably that we're a high preparation team. We are a very professional team. And, when we have time to, ingest those scouting reports and commit to that, we play better basketball. Now that we've seen everybody this year, you don't need to spend as much time on the scouting reports because you've already seen them, you've already played them. So I expect that to be diminishing returns for us. And like you guys said, getting back into a rhythm is going to be good for us, and these guys are going to tear it up.
Yeah, we also play well at home, so I think getting home court in the first round would be great.
Home court's fun.
Yeah,
You're just full of hot takes, man.
Yeah.
No, that would be good. It would be nice for the fan base to have, a home court. It's just fun. It's fun, smacking some fools down on your home floor.
That's right.
Well, team, we will be back with you on Thursday. Until then, you can find us on social media. We are on Twitter. We are at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. Our website is TheUndebeatables.com. There's also a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message. And email. Shout out at TheUndebeatables.com. And at the website /store is where the merch is.
for the architect Donnie Walsh and our once and always Hall of Fame coach Bobby Sicklenden, for the 750th time. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Now, you've been practicing, haven't you?
Did we have that? Did we have that in episode 1? We probably did, huh?
Yeah, maybe not in episode 1. I feel like it was maybe episode 2 or 3. But yeah, we've been doing it for a long time. And I think, weren't the first 50 episodes lost to time?
Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
I've got them somewhere.
Yeah, just go back and listen to the anniversary pod or whatever. There's some pretty bad sound quality.
Oh, yeah. It was not good.
But some great hot takes, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
That hasn't changed.
After all my hot takes of this episode, maybe it has changed.
A lot of
I think you
breakfast
were making the
for me
same
back
points
then.
then.
I was just doing it
What we
drunker.
really need to do is score more points than the other team. And if we can do that in more games than not.
This is me explaining basketball to Erica. I was like, the best teams in the NBA play offense and defense. She was like, really?
And she's like, whoa, slow down,
She needed to write. Yeah, she had to get a pen and paper out.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's marrying me.
Well,
John
sometimes
friggin'
it's
Wooden.
a simple game, but you forget that. So you gotta simplify.
Oh dear.
Yeah, back in those days, there was breakfast wine and loopies.
Yeah, Fruit Loop vodka.
Does that still is that still being made?
I don't know.
hope
I'm
not.
sure.
Does your bar carry that?
We do not carry that. I'm working really hard to make sure that all flavored vodkas are gone. We're running through that stuff. So
Okay.
put me in charge, and I'm gonna get rid of all of it.
I mean, you can add the flavors elsewhere, right?
If there are juices in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
For that.
if you want something with cranberry,
Yeah, I don't
Life
need a
finds a way,
cranberry
right?
vodka. I need artificial cranberry.
right?
I mean, I guess I have artificial cranberry in a bottle, but still.
You don't do any of the muddling and stuff that you used to do, right?
No, not
Although
not
fancy.
really. I mean, we have muddlers, but it doesn't come up that often.
I think that bar closed.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. If I worked there and I no longer work there, it closed.
As soon as you walk out the door, the timer starts. may not know when.
We should make a meme of just him walking out and the restaurant blowing up behind him. Walking away.
You've got 6 months if I leave.
Dropping his
It's
muddle
gotta be-
stick like a mic.
That's right.
It's got to be 10 places now, plus, right? Like,
Oh yeah. I don't think the Draft House is still open, but that is the only place I think I've worked that's still open.
but the place is on life support.
Oh no, the Aristocrat's still open, right?
They are open. That's
Okay.
true. They had a fire though, so that's probably you.
Are we recording this?
We are.
You can't prove a thing.